record it so that way we can share it with those on our team who are not able to be here. Okay, so this is a beautiful, beautiful gift that we have in the midst of some crazy things that are happening in our world. And I don't know how many of you guys, raise your hand if you got to see the live today. Okay, so half and half. So I don't know if you guys caught this part, but Alec was talking about in 2008 when we had that crazy economic downfall. He said that the majority of the people who had to foreclose on their homes, which were a ton, they could have saved their homes if they would have had an extra $500. And so the $600 that they are doing for the incentive is not just random. It is intentional. So that way we can have that 500 plus another extra 100. And I love the thought, the intentionality behind that to try and help people. And what I'm seeing all across the board with all these different team pages I'm on, all these different threads that I'm on all these different Jewel pages that I'm on, I am seeing that people are fired up. And they're not fired up because they're going to get themselves an iPad. They are fired up because they are able to help people earn $600 up to like $900. And so it's so cool for me to see that people are not doing this just so that way they can make money. They're not doing it just so that they can have some cool, fun incentive. They are doing it because they know that there's such devastation right now, and so many people are without jobs. So many people don't know if whenever this isolation, this quarantine is up, if they'll have a job to go back to. And so, Hannah, is your man available? Okay, so we have asked one of our absolute favorite husbands of our team, Zach Richardson. He is, I don't know how many of you guys have had a chance to meet Zach, but he is one of our favorite people. He and Hannah are in my husband and I's life group. He is so fun. When you guys go to Leaders Retreat or Hawaii or convention, maybe you'll come to convention with us, I don't know. But when you get to know Zach, you'll just know he has a heart of gold. He is very intentional. He's very detailed. He's a 1 Enneagram, which I love. We resonate there. He's just awesome. Nice. And he is a dentist, and I asked him to come on and just kind of talk for a little bit. And there's not a whole lot of direction. So Zach, I'm so sorry if this is confusing for you, but I feel like you can handle it.
So confusing, but I'm so ready.
So Zach, I'm just going to have you share a little bit about what we talked about, and then we'll move forward.
Okay. Yeah. So what I first I know the real reason why Emily brought me on here, and that's to let you guys know that because I'm unemployed right now, I've been working on my new Plexus toothpaste line. So if anyone wants to purchase that, I'll be selling it. It's going to be on the market here soon. So just be ready for that to come out.
No, he really just needs to explain the scruff that's happening.
Yeah, this is unemployment scruff. Anyways, so yeah, Emily just wanted me to talk a little bit about kind of life right now with this whole virus thing going on, and me being a dentist and small business owner, how things have changed pretty drastically in our home and at my office. So basically 2 weeks ago, we were told by the American Dental Association and the Idaho State Dental Association that we would need to shut our doors down except for emergencies. And so that brought on a whole new ball game for me, because if we're not at the office, we're not getting paid. And the hardest thing, I think, with this whole debacle is the staff in my office, and trying to figure out, I mean, they're like a second family to us, trying to figure out how they're going to get paid. Should they file for unemployment? Do we fire everyone so that they can file for unemployment? And is there going to be these stimulus packages that could come in through the government? There's a lot of unknowns right now. And so like my assistant, actually both of my assistants are single moms that have 2 kids at home, and they're kind of just in that unknown phase where they don't know when the next paycheck's going to come in. They don't know if they are relying on the government to help them out. And so that's why I was just talking to Hannah about how encouraging it is to know that Plexus has this avenue, that you kind of can control your own destiny versus kind of relying on something else to fall in place during these kind of unknown times. So I do think it's pretty cool what how Plexus is taking this time and really trying to stimulate everything that's going on. And I might be starting my track to Emerald here pretty soon, because there might be a lot of time at home here pretty soon. So
yeah, thank you, Zach. And so I mean, that's the thing is like so Zach, I'm going to ask you a question. So I think a lot of people on our team want to be very sensitive to what's happening. They don't want to come across as, oh, well, now this person is at home without an income, so I'm going to message them because I want them to come and do this. That's where a lot of people are afraid. They're thinking that people are going to feel that way. That's not the heart of anybody on this team. The heart of everybody on this team is, I see that all of these single moms are at home with no income, and this is something that's helped us. And so I totally believe that this could be a benefit to them. Do you think that that would come across offensive, like to your people, your staff? Like, do you think that having somebody approach them and say, hey, does that make sense?
Yeah, I don't think, as long as it's coming across as you're truly looking out for the health. And I was kind of talking to Hannah about how to use it in a way where you're not letting them, you're not telling them like, look how good it is for me because I've been staying home and doing this, but more so what it can do for them. Not so that it's not like, you're not having any selfish gain with what you're telling them. And so that they're not kind of getting this jealous thing going on in their mind, but you're telling them like how great the business is, how much it has done for you, but at the same time, focusing more on them.
I hope it can bring them.
Yeah. And I think that it is a touchy time, but I think there's avenues and ways to get by that, because people are looking for answers, and they are looking for other avenues to help them out.
My last question is, if this happened to you guys 2 years ago, before Hannah was really involved with her business, how do you think you would be feeling right now without that extra stream of income from Hannah?
We'd be, yeah, I mean, the tough thing is, she'd be having to do her nursing job a lot more. And that's not the safest place to be working right now either. So yeah, it'd be tough. And,
be a lot more single dadding it.
Yeah, there'd be a lot more me home doing diapers and the stuff I'm not great at doing. I just did a whole Toy Story puzzle today. That's just kind of fun. So I got that going for me. But no, it definitely.
It's given us margin from being paycheck to paycheck for so long. Like my Plexus income has given a cushion with paying down our debt quicker, and then having a savings fund now that can help carry us through a little bit. But we still definitely feel that like uncertainty of like, well, how long is this going? And so knowing that we can move forward and know that Plexus is here and an income and it's not going anywhere is huge.
Zach, you're awesome. Thank you for taking the time. Awesome. Okay, thanks, Zach.
I'm not sure that I know everyone up there on the top of the screen, but hi there. How are you? Oh, hi, Liz. I know you. Hi, Taryn. Kinsey. Okay, cool.
You're the best.
Yep.
Thanks,
hey,
Zach.
Yeah, baby. Scott, we want to hear from you next, dude.
I started.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Let's do this.
I can't bend my arms. They hurt so bad from working out. So we'll see how
Nice.
that goes.
Perfect.
He wants that to everybody.
Okay, well, thank you guys so much for being on, Zach. Okay, so let's talk through this real quick. So I'm going to give you a quick rundown of what this incentive is. I'm going to leave space for you guys to ask questions. I have actually printed off the Help Center so that way we don't have to, finagle back and forth, so that way we do have all the answers here, hopefully. And then Hannah is going to do a breakdown of some action points that we need to be working on, and then some calls to action. So what it is here, gross bromance. Jamie, you are hilarious. Okay, so what we are doing with Plexus, which I love, is that they are doing a $6 million stimulus. Their goal is to put $6 million back into the economy to boost the economy between now and the 31st of April. I love that. I love that while there are so many companies that are struggling right now and they're having to close their doors, Plexus is thinking of a way to how can we help these people put money into their pockets quickly too. And it's not just going to be, oh, you're going to make this money and then you have to wait until the 15th of next month. They're putting in a place where you get paid within 72 hours of going and reaching these goals, which is amazing, just all the details of it. So here's what it is. Starting from today until the 30th of April, if you enroll 3 new ambassadors, and this can be anybody, whether you're silver and above, whether you have just started, but you have to be an ambassador, and you enroll 3 new ambassadors, so 3 level 1s, and they've purchased a welcome pack, then after those 3 enrollments, you earn $100. Now remember, that's just the extra bonus. So you earn $100 bonus there. You earn the, because we're getting the pay points right now, you're going to earn roughly $50 in commissions or in the pay points. And then you're also going to earn $75 because, $25 for each welcome pack. 25 times 3 is 75. So that total for anybody that has enrolled 3 new people between today and April 30th, you're going to make $225 right there. Now, if you are a brand new person and you've never once hit silver, there's going to be an additional bonus. So you're actually going to make $325. So are you catching this? If you enroll 3, you're already a silver and above, then you've earned $225. If you enroll in 3 and you've never gone silver, you actually earn $325. If you have signed up within the past 14 to 30 days, so the fast track silver, if you go silver, so like let's say Scott Schmidt, let's say he just signed up today. He signed up with a $199 welcome pack. Scott has 14 days to fast track silver. If he fast tracks silver by getting 3 people, enrolling those 3 people, and they've all purchased $199 packs, if he enrolls those 3 people, he's actually going to make $525. So if he fast tracks within 30 days, then he's going to make $425. I know that's a whole lot of different, hang on a second, Jamie. I know that's a whole lot of different numbers and money, but here's the thing. If you enroll 3 people, you can earn anywhere from $225 to $525. Yes, Jamie.
Okay.
What?
Can you hear me okay or not?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. What if somebody, you said, is that starting today? So it's not like a month-long thing. So if somebody has just recently enrolled somebody, I'm thinking of Jessie. She just enrolled Cameron last week or like a week and a half ago. So that wouldn't count as one of her 3 for this.
Correct. It has to be starting today. Yes, it has to be starting today. So it does not go back.
It doesn't break at the month and you have to start over.
Correct. That was my question too. It does not. So if you get one person in March, and then you sign 5 people in April, that counts as your 6. If you sign 2 people in March and you sign 1 in April, that counts as your 3. So I had the same question. Those are great questions. Okay, so that's for the enrolling of 3 people. Now we're going to go on to the 6 people. So you've enrolled 3. Now you've enrolled 3 more, so total of 6. Okay, so if you go, here we go. So if you are already silver and you enroll 6 people, let me make sure I wrote this down correctly. Hang on a second, hold on, now I'm questioning myself. Am I doing this right? This is what I wrote down. If you enroll 6 people, you get $600. That's right. That's what I wrote down, right? Okay, I just wanted to make sure. Yes, that's right. Here we go. Focus, here we go. Okay, so if you enroll 6 people between now and April 30th, if you are already silver, you're going to earn $600. I'm just going to break that down for us really quickly. Because of the bonuses, you're going to earn the $100 from your first 300. I'm sorry, for your first 3, and then you're going to earn another $250 for earning 6. So that's $350 right there. And then your 6 welcome pack bonuses will equal $150. And then with the pay points, roughly at $3.15, you're going to earn about $100. So that equals $600. If you're already silver, you sign 6 people, you've earned $600. If you've not yet gone silver and you earn all of those 6 new enrollments, you've earned $700. And then lastly, again, if you fast track, so let's say Scott, let's say he signed up today. In the next 14 days, he signed 6 people with $199 welcome packs. He's earned $900. Okay.
Right.
Then she's got 4 children. Okay. So then if Scott, he goes fast track silver, where he signs 6 people in his first 30 days, he will earn $800. So our people have the possibility, you have the possibility of earning anywhere from $225 to $900 between signing 3 and 6 people. Who has a question? I know that's a lot. Who has questions on that? To be fast track, they have to purchase a $199 welcome pack, correct? Yes. Or they purchase a $99 welcome pack and then have an additional 100 PV go through. Kanya, yes.
So if I have 2 girls who have not gone silver, can they sign in March and that silver overlaps to April, or do they have to do all of the 3 in April? Does that make sense?
That makes sense. I asked about the enrollments. I didn't ask about silver. That's a good question. I'll have to ask on that. That's a good question. So
what she's hear her question, Emily. What did she ask?
What she's basically saying is if she signs 2 people, and let's say she signs that her 2 people, let's say her 2 people sign, like 2 people this month and then 1 person next month. You know how you usually need to have 3 people in that month. You have to have 3 commission qualified people to go silver. She's saying if it's split up between March and April, is it still considered silver? I'm just going to have to double check on that one. That's a good question. Anybody else?
I have one more question too.
Okay, go ahead, Jamie.
The fast track $199. So like to go the fast track to get to the $900 rank, is it you only technically need 3 of those 6 to be $199? You could technically have 3 at the $199 and then 3 at just the $99.
Exactly. Yep. Because you're going silver. So to fast track silver, you need to have those 3. But if you add 6 people, then my understanding is that it's going to be anywhere from $800 to $900. Somebody else had a question, right?
I was going to say, I thought that you were clarifying that on the 6 people that it could be between now and the end of April. So I feel like it wouldn't matter whether you had 2 this month and 1 the next month or whatever, based on what you said there.
That's what I think too. But with it being silver, I don't know if that's a difference. So I'll have to double check. But that's what I would think too, Kylie.
And I didn't know about the 99 welcome pack and just have an additional 100 PV. Is that all the time?
So when you sign somebody with a $99 welcome pack and how you're getting the pay points on them, is that what you're asking?
No, to fast start.
Fast start, yeah.
Say, I'm sorry, what was your question again?
For the fast start silver, 1 second, sweetie. For the fast start silver, 1 second.
If they buy a $99 welcome pack,
Add another 100.
yes, then that still counts.
Can you do that for all 3 people that you sign that are the 199 welcome packs? Like do a 99 and add 100 PV?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So like they could have they could do the $99 welcome pack, and then my understanding is that they can then have another additional 100 PV, whether that comes from them or a customer, and that still counts.
Within that like 14-day time frame.
14 to 30 day. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Anybody else have any questions on kind of the details of what this is? There is a max. So, sometimes they will say like, you can order or you can earn as many Apple AirPods as you want. There is a cap here. So 6 is the most that they'll reward you for. Now, however, for the bonuses, if you add more than 6, you're still going to be making the welcome pack bonuses, plus you're still going to be making the pay points for their purchases. And April, just so you guys know, whenever you purchase a welcome pack, whether it's a 99 or 199, you are still getting pay points on those. So that's a huge benefit too. And just to make sure you guys know that these enrollments have to be your level 1s. And upgrades from customers do count. They do have to purchase a welcome pack. So retail or preferred customers who upgrade do have to purchase a welcome pack, and they will be counted as one of your 3 or one of your 6. Okay, does anybody have any questions on those details? Are you guys excited? I mean, this is a big deal. And oh yes, and then you've got the 10% off for all the welcome packs from now until April 30th. And that code is, I think it's Healthy Happy or Happy Healthy. We've got it written down. And then I don't know if you guys saw, but I am offering $10 for the first 10. So for the next 10 people in my levels 1 through 4, if you don't know where you fall with me in my levels, message me, message your upline. But for the next 10 people who sign up with a welcome pack between now and the 31st of March, you're going to get a $10 rebate from me. So that could be used if you want to help that person. So that way it'll kind of lower their cost, or you can pocket that yourself. You can do with it whatever you want. But the first 10 welcome packs between now and the 31st will get $10 from me. So that's a big deal too. So I'm excited. I think this is a really beautiful thing that we get to go and really shift our mindset from us earning all these fun things to, oh my gosh, this can really help so many people. I mean, $600 was close to what our mortgage was, our very first mortgage. So, I mean, that's a huge gift for a lot of people. Okay, so Hannah is going to take over to do a few more items.
Okay, so I wanted to kind of break it down on like what some next steps can be for us. And so practically speaking, we get off this call, what are we going to go do? So we're going to have some scripts that we're going to post for you guys to use as ideas on how, like verbiage to use and how to get your messages going. But I want you to envision like 3 buckets of people that you can categorize. Your first one is going to be everyone in your sphere of your community. You can do a check-in, and if you've been doing this, good for you, because this just us caring and loving people, we should be doing this. But checking in, how are you doing? How can I help you? That's a general check-in you can do all across the board. And I would say even in these other buckets, that's probably how you're going to be starting it out. All your like non-Plexus friends, I think you'll start out, this is what Genevieve was sharing on her training today was, I'm just checking in. Is your family impacted financially right now? That was kind of her intro segue, very simply. And then she said, listen, and just listen. What do they have to say? How are they responding? And then that allows you the opportunity to speak into what their needs may be. That could be if you're hearing like physical, like wellness. It could be if they have been laid off. It could be they just need some prayer over something. Whatever it might be, you can then offer the support. Their heart is then open to hear from you. The third one is basically anyone who's been on your team. So whether that's an ambassador or a customer, check in with them and then say, how are you? How can I help you? Then again, you can listen to what they have to say. And then her response was, I know a while back you were using Plexus and all that's going on. I'm curious, segue into, again, kind of presenting this. She, with her training, spoke on save the details, like don't just spill out all these things that like Plexus, da 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 da, like what Emily just went over. You can simply get their heart to be open first. And then if they're like, you know, when they know that you are being genuine and you're caring, then they're going to be open to like, yeah, that money could be helpful. You know, she was saying that if their heart is not open, then their mind is going to tell you no. Like, and I thought that was a very interesting perspective on just, I don't know, the details will matter once they see that it could possibly fill their need. Does that make sense? So hopefully the scripts that we post out here will be helpful too, but just, we talked last night in our accountability call, and just using your discernment on how you're speaking to people, how you're reaching out. Again, you can't say the wrong thing to the right person. So when there are the people who are looking for this, it's going to be that opportunity that they're praying for, okay? Emily and I were also talking earlier today about just being mindfully bold. Like I think the last week or two, we've been kind of in this frame of what the heck is going on? Like we've never been in this crisis scenario, craziness, economic hurt, you know, like it's just bizarre. So I think all of us were kind of wrapping our heads around it. I think most of us did a pretty good job about being the encourager, being a positive voice, connecting with our people. That's been a big focus of ours. And now I feel like we're in a place of like, we have this incredible gift to offer people. And I think now we can step into being mindfully bold on not like, we're not slamming this at people, but we are presenting it again as like, look at this incredible gift Plexus is offering and share it boldly. What else am I supposed to be saying, Emily?
Well, I want to share one thing, piggybacking off of what she just said about being bold. Oh gosh, I can't minimize. Okay, hang on. Okay, so Jen Lee said, I have a fire in my belly to meet needs that are real right now. Her sister is a top earner with a leggings company. She says, rhymes with foo-la-moo. She said she has been struggling for a while despite 60-hour work weeks, and this economy has put the nail in the coffin. She is scared. It makes me feel so good to have an opportunity to help. It removes any inhibition I have about messaging because I know that I am helping. And again, I know that that has been something that so many people have been worried about, being bold or knowing how to move forward. But I think taking on that mindset of I am helping, and I know what this has done for me and my family, and I have something that I know people are sitting here praying for. We are at home. Most of us are at home, and most of us are seeing residual income coming in. Now, you may be brand new. You may have only been doing this for a year, and it may not be where you want it to be, but you are seeing income, and this is something that so many people are praying for. And if you share from your heart, if people want it, awesome. If they don't want it, that is okay. So I think what we want to do here are create some calls to action. You guys can see in the comments, I have shared some examples. You said, Taryn asked, what were the 3 groups again? Hannah, would you go through those 3 groups one more time?
Yeah, so you have everyone in your community that you can message, and that's your check-in with them. Then you're going to have like non-Plexus friends that you will want to do a check-in with, and then even go as far as, is your family being impacted financially right now? And then the last bucket is your team. So whether that's a preferred customer or an ambassador who's joined you, I feel like you also should be connecting with all of them and hearing where they're at, hearing what you can do for them, and again, offering this with them too, for them.
Hannah, I'm going to ask a question because I was having to discipline my child to go to sleep when you were talking about the different groups. What is the difference between, so when I hear you say everyone in your community and then non-Plexus friends and then team, I think I'm a little confused because when I think of everyone in my community, I'm thinking like who I've added, like my customers and my ambassadors, but then because that's not my Plexus team. But then you say, I'm sorry, I'm confused.
Yeah, so that first one, Genevieve says, everyone you know, this is the message you can be sending. Just checking in, how are you and how can I help you? So that's like your check-in message for pretty much everyone in your life. And then you can specifically go into your non-Plexus friends, and then you can go into your team.
So what I think I am going to do is I am going to do reach outs to all, this is my priority. I'm going to reach out to all of my customers and my wholesalers and do the customer check-ins because I will be totally honest, I did not have a chance to do much of that last week. So that's going to be one of my focuses for this week is just touching base, hearing how they're doing and being wholehearted. I can't remember if I shared this with you guys, but on our Jewel call, one of the Jewels was saying, Brianne Coolidge was saying that she sent, I think I did on our accountability group maybe, but how she sent out 200 voice messages to people on her team, just like, how are you doing? Like, we're all in this together. Is there anything that I can specifically be praying for you? And then whenever the people would respond, she would send a voice message prayer back to them, which I appreciate that because I think sometimes it's easy to be like, hey, how can I pray for you? And sometimes you just don't like that, like you don't really even mean it. So I really appreciated that she's like following up, praying right then and right there for that person. So I think I'm going to be doing something like that. And then I was talking with Hannah about that today, that if people are talking about like my husband's just lost his job or I've just lost my job or whatever, then that is truly like a beautiful segue into, sharing about this new incentive, this stimulus. And so I think that then I'm going to go into that. So step 1, getting in touch with them, customer care. Step 2, following up with however they're responding. So that's my first focus. And then my second focus will be my potentials. I know many of you guys have been in our accountability group and have a ton of people that you've been messaging. And so this is a great way to just follow up with those people. I have a ton of people in the medical field that I've been following up with that I'm going to make sure to be intentional with right now. So those are the calls to action. Getting in touch with your team, checking in on them, seeing how they're doing. If you've already done that, then you can go here where I've put in the comments different examples of reach outs, follow-ups, customer care, introducing the incentive to hopefully help them present this as a way to help them if they're looking for more income. Hannah, are we leaving anything out?
Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead, Liz.
Okay, I just had a quick question. Can you share like what an example would look like? Say you've cold messaged someone and they ghosted you. You didn't get any response. How would you use this now to follow up, 3 days later, a week later, whatever? Could you just give an example?
I mean, I feel like I'm really intentional with my messages. And so it's hard for me without knowing kind of like the background. So like if this person that I had messaged and they ghosted me, they're in the medical field, then I would message them and be like, hey, like, I just want to say thank you. I know that you guys have a crazy, like, I think I would follow up nothing Plexus. how are you doing? Are you working? Like, I know that your area has been exposed. You guys have a ton of cases. Like, how are you doing? I've got quite a few friends. My friend Hannah, she's a nurse, and it's crazy at her hospital. Like, I think I would just be a friend to them. But again, I think it depends on their situation. If they're a stay-at-home mom and they've got kids, like, you've got that in common with them. Hey girl, how are you holding up? This is crazy. Just wanted to pass this on to you. This is something that my kids and I have been working on. I've really enjoyed this website, being a go-giver, like we've talked about in the past, sharing something of value for them. I think it just depends what their situation is, but I don't think I would bring up Plexus. What about you guys? Does anybody have any other thoughts on that?
Liz, the one that I actually put in the Gold Diggers thread earlier was one that I had kind of cold messaged as far as like initiating the conversation about Plexus last time. And she didn't respond, even though I had put in other information that was previous to our conversation before. But then she had actually done that post about her husband. And so I just went for it because it was exactly addressing what she had initiated. So I don't know if that was your situation at all or not, but maybe look through her feed and see if there was anything else speaking out to you.
And if you're not in the Gold Diggers thread, Kylie wrote a beautiful post or a beautiful message, and I asked her to share it in Rising Jewels. So it's in there. She just posted it this evening. It's beautiful and from the heart. So you guys, just, I think, moving forward from here, to be mindfully bold, to be prayerfully and sensitively, am I saying that right? Be bold, but be thoughtful in your boldness, okay? Because just like we've been hearing so much, your boldness can be a blessing. I mean, Chris and I are talking about it all the time. We are so thankful. And this is something that so many people are praying for right now. And like Hannah said to me earlier today, there are people who are working from home, but they don't know how long this is going to last. They don't know how much longer this is going to be their working environment. They may be let go tomorrow. And so that is the beauty, just like Zach was saying, like, that is the beauty of this, that we don't have people telling us if we have a job or not. Like, it's up to us. And so we can be a blessing to other people. If they want this, awesome. If they don't, you have done your duty of sharing it with them. So be bold. It's our duty to help get money into our people's pockets. Following up with all of your people who have signed up under you, regardless if they have done it for a week or they've been doing it for 2 years, get in touch with them. And we can be sharing messages back and forth. Our call's about to hang up, but I just want to make sure everybody knows, just be bold, be mindful, make your list. Make your list of all of your customers, all of your ambassadors, and be intentional in following up with them, checking in on them, letting them know about this opportunity. And the different ways that you can hold hands with them is by doing 3-way calls with them in your upline, doing events for them. But you don't have to do this on your own. You don't have to feel like you have to know all the things. If you have somebody that wants to do this with you, get in touch with us and we can help you go step by step. Anybody have any last questions before this hangs up?
We have our business event on Thursday.
Yeah, it's huge. Perfect opportunity, perfect timing. Okay, we'll talk to you guys soon. Let's stay in touch. Good job, guys. Thanks for being on. Bye.